So I've actually been covering a lot of the sort of backlash, or just the chaos that's going on in the House right now with the Democrats, because the House Democrats were supposed to pick up seats. They had a majority, but not only did they not pick up seats, they didn't stay neutral. They didn't hold their seats. They actually went down a lot. So now they have a really, really slim majority. Having slim majorities like that are not good if you're the Democratic Party. You don't want a super slim majority. First of all, because if you have an incoming Biden administration, there are potential House members that Biden might want to pluck to put into his cabinet as admin. But if you have a super slim majority, you simply can't afford to lose anybody like that. It's too risky for special elections and who's going to replace them. So they're only going to have a majority by like 7 votes, which is insanely small. And it has the potential to be a blessing in disguise for progressives, because there's like 12 to like 20 progressives, like maybe 10 to 12 of those are like really progressives. And if you obviously do the math, assuming Republicans are voting something down entirely, there's no Republicans defecting, which they rarely do. What you would have essentially is you would have, you would need those progressive votes. Otherwise, you can't get anything through the House, which means you have to come to the table to negotiate. Now, AOC, I guess, was talking about the House majority loss in terms of going down. They didn't lose the majority. It just came down. And she was talking about it in an interview. And Laura Ingraham, which is hilarious. Laura Ingraham is really, really funny. She has an obsession with AOC, just like everyone else does. But she says AOC is really struggling to explain the House races. The truth, of course, is that she doesn't speak for working people. We do, which is hilarious to me. This is so hilarious because I'm pretty sure I specifically remember Laura Ingraham being one of the people. For some reason, specifically, it sticks in my mind of Laura Ingraham making fun of AOC for being a bartender. That has been Republican all over the board attack points on AOC, was legit that she was a bartender. It was to demean her, degrade her, saying, oh, she's just a bartender, why is she in the House, And it's hilarious to me. This is always something I found really hypocritical about conservatives, right? You rant and rave about Hillary Clinton and all these people who are elites, they're really rich, they're really privileged, all that kind of stuff, which is true. But then when someone like a working class, bartender from, the Bronx is going to the House. By the way, she has college degrees, by the way. I think she has 2 degrees. Definitely has a bachelor's in like econ, but I think she might even have a master's. But, you shit on that person. You are not for the working class. You actually have contempt for the working class. You look down on the working class. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making fun of a college-educated person who's working as a bartender going into the House of Representatives. So it's hilarious to me. And, some people I saw saying that Laura Ingraham might run for president in 2024. It'd be interesting to see Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson in the mesh, in the race. But at this point, I can't rule anything out. I'm not ruling it out, especially because Laura Ingraham been doing she pulled away from Trump a lot towards the end of, Trump's administration. She started to kind of pull away from him a lot. So she might be trying to, position herself maybe. I'm not sure. It's totally possible. But it's hilarious that the Republicans would even try to claim that they're speaking for working people. It's hilarious. I mean, honestly, if you don't think AOC is speaking for working people, who is AOC speaking for? That's my question. I don't know. But absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.